video, and we're going to be looking at Call Chiropractor. This is a lead generation website for a business that is on Lake Street in the South Minneapolis area of the Twin Cities. And so what we have are a few keywords, a few resources, and quite a lot of potential here because there's a lot of chiropractors in this area, but no one's working on SEO. There's one or two companies out of the thousands of chiropractors in this area, and I'm trying to help these guys out. And so Call Chiropractor is not the clients. This is our own website that we can use to rank for these keywords. And so we have this research. If you're familiar with Ahrefs, it is an SEO tool. And these metrics here, I can just go through these quick, right? They tell us the keyword difficulty, and this is what people are paying to be on that page. Massage places near me, people are paying $2.50 to be in front of places in here. So some clients and some other local competition we see as something that's very easily break-in-able, right? Joint Chiropractic is a brand name. The company is called Joint in their chiropractic, but breaking into that, this keyword difficulty of 100, we can see how we could add 2.5 thousand views to the search results, and maybe 10% of those might click through and then go to this page, right? So there's a huge strategy that goes with this, which I'm going to outline in this video. So with this, right, Caron Chiropractic or with Riviera Chiropractic, these are competitors. So if I wrote down a post, like a 2,000 word post, and it said Riviera Chiropractic reviews or alternatives to Riviera Chiropractic or others like Riviera Chiropractic, then our page can show up because this is a very easily accessible keyword. Twin City Chiropractic is actually a real chiropractic office, right? It's a real company. But because it's also the name of this area, this metro area, we put that up on the homepage, right? So if you look up Twin City Chiropractor, Twin City Chiropractic, we show up. Call Chiropractor shows up. So the thing with this is it's kind of dangerous because now all these people are coming in, and because we're not a real chiropractor, they're going to start saying, hey, I'm interested. Where do I go? Or what form do I need to fill out to find you? And so that's one small step that they just have to go up to South Metro Chiropractic to get started. So filling that out to say get started, right, is probably the next biggest thing. So when people click up here and they fill this form out, we get a commission. We get a commission if and only if they show up, and if they are an auto accident or workers' compensation issue, if they got into a car accident, now their back is broken, and then insurance gets involved, and that makes things a little bit tricky. So they have to make sure that the person shows up because it's a regulated bit. The same thing with work comp. So that's another extra thing, another extra step here. The only thing that we're going to be talking about is how can we increase the traffic. They are paying us a fee, right? The commission is based on the cash patients and people that pay for an exam and things like that. So we can stay in the green light. But these guys are great, right? That's my dad, right? These guys are an excellent, excellent company. And I want to get these guys as much business as possible. So how do we do that? We have these videos, right? We have these videos of chiropractors here. Let me just open up my folder. We have this chiropractic videos, and let me add this here. So I added some outside videos, but let me just show you.
This is Pat. A few months back, he was in a minor car accident while trying to find a place in a parking spot. The emergency room said he passed his checkup as he had no broken bones. A few months down the line, Pat started feeling uncomfortable with some lower back pain. As it turns out, the injuries caused in the minor car accident were the cause of Pat's pain. Have you been in an accident recently? If so, then do not ignore the impact and your potential injury. You need to be seen by experts that understand soft tissue injuries, spinal biomechanics, and rehabilitation techniques. We can help you. With years of chiropractic experience and hundreds of happy patients, you can be rest assured we will take good care of any spinal problems you may have. Contact us today.
Right, so we have a few videos like that you can use. You can rank on YouTube. You just gotta make sure that the address and the name lines up. Chiropractor in Twin Cities. Whatever. You can do what you can. You can use the same video 1,000 times, and you can use that to rank. If you want to run those and post on Facebook to get people to go to that page, by all means. We need people to click on this button and fill this form. They fill that form, they go, and we're good from there. So with the keyword research, there are many ways to rank locally. There are many ways to rank in general. If you're doing white hat stuff, we do have resources on our Slack channel. Let me just go directly to this. Don't worry, I'll save all the links from here. So over in our web agency, right, like this is a side project. Over in our agency, we have this private channel here. And there is a neat little guide somewhere. Local search ranking factors. It's probably worth looking at. There's also another guide for that, but there's one for articles. There we go. There we go. This is the big money. So local search ranking factors is an article that you should go through. It's about doing these things right and not doing some things, right? There's a lot of things that you want to do and a lot of things you don't want to do. So these are things that you want to do, right? Make sure that the address is similar to, that the address is there. Hell, and then it talks about things you don't want to do, like negative factors. Being at a false business address will be bad, right? But then if you want to rank and have articles out there, you can write articles and submit it to these websites. Like they want you to post on these websites. Like if I go to eZine articles, I like eZine. They've been around for like a long time too. I could just look up chiropractors, right? Business, legal, real estate, health and fitness, right? What else would I put in? Mind, body, spirits, whatever. Mental health. I write a blog post on mental health. I publish it. Right, here's an example of one. Sleep and bully kids. Someone writes something, and then at the end, they link to the page. Visit his website, and it goes to his page, right? I bet this guy does it pretty often here. So I bet he writes content and backlinks and stuff. So let me just see what he's doing. He could be new. He could be doing it for, okay. I bet he started recently. I can see that he's growing his thing, but look at that. He's growing in backlinks and some keywords, right? He's trying. He's working. That's one way to do this. So we have these pages that are edited. So we had 221 people to go to that page that have seen it, and 8 people have turned into a lead, right? 4% of people have converted. So obviously don't steal my stuff, but nothing's going to stop you from working with us. So there's other pages that go along with this, but we just want to make sure that we can offer a way for them to feel better for less. And so this offer is a $0 offer. You can get an exam for free. And if they go to the next page, and then it's like, hey, if you call in right away, you can get, a massage for free, or a massage, X-ray, spinal adjustment for $29, things like that. So working on this site, making sure the website is optimized, making sure the website indexes, among other things. I'm going to leave that to you to figure out exactly what you need to do to get this to grow, to take this and work on it. Because if the website is bringing in traffic, if the website has a contract, this website is worth, I think the website is going to be worth 36 times the number of, number of sales, the number of commission that we earn per month. Because as long as the contract's there, for every person that converts, we get income. And once the SEO is built, it's mostly hands off. This is me talking to you, but let's run the numbers here, because I might be listing this on Flippa, or at least making a copy and then listing that on Flippa. So the value of a website is based on, to me, it's based on 3 things. What's the traffic? Traffic times conversion times value, and that's the total. What's the total revenue? That's the total revenue of a website, right? When you go through and you're converting on value, you can understand how much money this project is making. So let me write out here. Let's say 100 people go to this website. Just 100 people. That's normal for a local business. Every month, 100 people show up, right? Twin City Chiropractor has 200 people seeing it per month, right? So that's not too hard to guess. Actually, let me just say 1,000, because that is with the data and with 2 weeks of effort, with 80 hours of applied SEO effort, you could reach 1,000 or 2 in less than 3 months. It's not hard, right? So 1,000 per month, writing articles, optimizing the site, and then building out links to promote it on those keywords that I showed you, right? There's 100 keywords. Multiply that by the conversion rate. So right now on this form that you saw, from that form, right, you saw it's doing 4% on 221. So when people go to the website, usually if they're looking for the service, if they have back pain and you're looking up how to treat my back pain, and then they see this, they're probably going to convert 20% of the time. But also on some keywords, which we don't try and rank for, things like, if they're just trying to like play around and like learn like top 10 tips to treat your back, that's more for exposure. But we only care for the heavy hitting keywords that say chiropractor near me, and then we make sure they show up locally, right? Right? Like if I look up chiropractor near me, right? Will they show up? Right? This is an ad, but it shows up, right? So those are some things to think about, because we want to make sure Premier Health, these guys show up. But let's say they do. Let's say we got a bunch of people showing up. We can be very conservative here. We could say 1% of people convert. That's a terrible number. That's saying 1 out of every 100 people want help. I think more want help, especially if you give them a free offer, right? So that 4 here, what you saw here, we're going to use that as a number. We're just going to use that because that's what we're doing right now. Right, we're at 220. Some of those are mine, but they're converting on 4%. So that's just people filling out the form, right? So I'm going to multiply that by the success that they have. When someone shows up and convert, they typically, half the time, they become a customer. So I'm going to put down 50%. If 4% of these people fill out the form, half of them show up and then they say, yes, I want to be a long-term patient. Chiropractors make about $2,000 per patient. If they go through treatment, they get x-rays, they do 1 or 2 months of based on whatever that they need. If it's serious, if it's more serious, like an auto accident, that number could be as close to 5,000. But this is what a typical cash patient might look like, right? But if I want to make it seem kind of conservative, saying, maybe 1% of people, this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing right now on the lowest end, 2,000 times this. Because they're already getting all these people showing up, let's just multiply this. It's 1,000 times 1% times 2,000. Quick math is, right? What is that? 1,000 times 0.01 times 2,000. Yeah, 20,000, right? That is how much money that, if this is real buyer traffic, like 1,000 people per month, those are how many people are trying to find them. And 1 of every 100 people want help, right? That's a very low number. It should be close to 5%. Like that's just it, like total 5. It should just be 1 of every 20 or 20%, right? And they turn into 2,000. They're making 20,000 a month, right? We, on the other hand, are only making 10% of this. That's the commission that we typically make. We get 1/10 of this. It's just a quick way to say, instead of calculating this, we only bring you someone that's interested. We bring you, but really we bring them this. We bring them this person that is interested, that fills out the form. They have their sales process that's, once it gets down to this part, they handle that, and then they pay that. But we get paid here because we did this, we converted them on this for them to make this amount of money. So talking about selling this sort of company, this sort of work, kind of comes to the same thought. If you are making a lot of money, let's say we get to 1,000 in traffic, right? That's 1,000 in traffic with a 1% conversion rate, making 2,000 per patient. If it is making this much in revenue, maybe the profit margin because they have to pay for the business, but let's just say this in itself is a way that they can use and estimate, because there's costs involved, because there are marketing fees to do. Let's just say the profit is close to half of that, right? Let's just assume that the profit on this is half, right? Just for quick math too. Let's just say because they have to take care of overhead and things, it takes away half, right? So now we're stuck with, that's supposed to be a 1, with $10,000. $10,000 a month. If you bring it to 1,000 in keywords and traffic, it's worth $10,000 a month. You could go to a business like FlipUp or Biz by Sell and just sell the funnel. Let's go to Empire Flippers, actually. I like Empire Flippers. You can list the business. It's a business, right? And you can list it. So these are businesses that get listed. And this is an example of one. It's a lead gen website. It is making $10,000 in net profit, and it's worth $282,000. So does that get your attention? The multiple is 2.8, and it's a lead generation business in the education niche, but also in the healthcare and insurance niches, right? It comes with marketing funnels, contracts, contractors, infrastructure, and you can sell the business and walk away. So what we're doing is producing a website that we can flip up, and everyone on the team that is part of a project, if it ever gets to this a year from now and it's producing this, because you need to have enough data for a year, we could list here. But there's another, if people want to get paid on a larger budget, a sort of project, we can always go here and just list a site and flip it. You don't need to stay around for a year. And if you make a copy of Call Chiropractor, if we make a copy of this, we can list it. But one thing at a time. Let's try and grow this, because we have a very lucrative contract. Right? If they're making this much money per month, if we're making 2,000 or 200 per lead, and we bring them 100 leads a month, guess what? We're at that same level of profit, that same level of revenue. If we bring them 100 leads per month, we're making $10,000 a month. If the SEO was there, you don't have to do anything. It's pure profit at that point, and then we can sell that, and now that's worth probably $300,000, right? Or that 282. So that's what I got for you today. So to recap, I'm going to try and send you access to this site. If this is still interesting to you, I'm going to send you access to these videos, right? I'm going to export all of this out. I am going to show you all the tools that we use for SEO here. Show you all these really easy. All you got to do is just write content, right? And it shows up. Write enough content for a keyword and it shows up. I mean, you're trained in that, right? You get the value of this. And at any time, we're going to list this on Flippa. And if we want to work with this contract, we have a contract for this already that we can always just send leads to. If we're able to grow, then I can get 4 more chiropractors that are interested. Cool. Now, it's not just one part of the city. It's multiple cities in the same area, right? If we're able to grow, there's a lot of opportunity for this to grow. And I'll be looking forward to working with you then. All right, my dude?